I'm going to walk you through how to process a credit card transaction on a terminal from a sales order invoice. First, open the invoices form. Click on the reference number of which you want to make a payment. Once the invoice pulls up, go ahead and click on the Applications tab. Then click on Create Payment. You're going to enter the payment amount, the description if desired, select your payment method of credit card, select your processing center ID if not already defaulted, click on the New Card checkbox, select your cash account, then click on Capture or Authorize. In the Charge Card dialog box, select the terminal in the dropdown. Enter your billing information if not already defaulted, and then click on Save. The system will activate the selected terminal. Go ahead and follow the instructions on the terminal. Once completed, the system creates a payment document, processes the transaction within the gateway, applies the payment to the sales order invoice, and releases it. You'll be able to tell that the payment was successfully processed. It will bring in the payment reference ID number here, and your processing status will be captured. I'm going to walk you through how to process a credit card transaction on a terminal from a sales order. First, search for sales order. Click on Sales Orders. Select the sales order in which you want to make a payment. Once the sales order form pulls up on the screen, click on the Payments tab. Select Create Payment or Create Prepayment. Enter the payment amount. Enter a description if desired. Select your payment method of credit card. Enter your processing center ID if not already defaulted. Click on the New Card checkbox and select your cash account. Click on Capture or Authorize. Once the charge card window appears, select the terminal. Enter the billing information if not already filled out, and click on Save. This system will activate the selected terminal. Go ahead and follow the instructions on the terminal. Once it's been completed, the system creates a payment document, processes the transaction in the gateway, applies the payment to the sales order, and releases it. If the payment was successful, it will bring in the payment reference ID from the gateway. It will also fill in the processing status of captured or authorized. I'm going to walk you through the process on how to process a credit card transaction from a sales order invoice. So first you're going to search for invoices in the search bar. Click on Invoices. In the type box, we're just going to filter out the invoices. And then you're going to select the reference number of the invoice that you would like to make a payment on. On the Applications tab, you're going to click on Create Payment. From here, the unpaid balance will autofill in the payment amount. You can choose to select, a partial payment if you'd like. Put in the description. Select your payment method of credit card. Select your processing center ID if not already defaulted. Select your card that you want to use, or if you do not have any stored cards, you can click on New Card and enter a new card. And then select your cash account. Click on Capture or Authorize. This will communicate out to the payment gateway and process the transaction. Then it will apply the payment to the invoice. And for captured payments, it will release it. And for authorized transactions, it will set it to pending processing. So in this case, we captured the payment. It brought in the payment reference ID from the payment gateway, and it set the processing status to captured. I'm going to walk you through how to process a credit card transaction from a sales order. So first, you're going to search for sales orders in the search bar. Then in the order type box, you're going to filter out for sales orders. And then you're going to select the order number in which you want to make a payment. Once you have that sales order pulled up, you're going to go and navigate to the Payments tab, and you're going to click on Create Payment or Create Prepayment. The Create Payment window will appear. The payment amount box will autofill with the unpaid balance. You can change this to a partial payment and then enter the description if desired. Select your payment method of credit card. Select your processing center ID. Select your card on file, or if you want to enter a new card, you can click on the new card box and then select your cash account. Click on Capture or Authorize. In this case, we're going to capture the payment. This will communicate out to the payment gateway and process the transaction, and it will apply the payment to the sales order. For the captured transaction, it releases the sales order, and for the authorized transaction, it sets the status to pending processing. So in this case, we captured it, so it's going to bring in the payment reference ID from the payment gateway, and it's going to have the processing status of captured. I'm going to walk you through how to process a credit card transaction from a cash sale. First, open the cash sales form. Click on Add New Record. In the type box, make sure it's selected as cash sale. Then select your customer. Select your location. Select the payment method of credit card. Select your processing center ID if not already defaulted. Select the card that you would like to use, or you can click on New Card to add a new card. Select your cash account if not already defaulted. Then on the Details tab, you're going to add a row. It autofills the branch. Click on your inventory ID. Enter your quantity. Enter the unit price. Enter any other required fields. Then click Save. In the payment amount box of the summary area, enter the total amount of the cash sale. So here's the balance. You'll enter $100. It defaults to the balance. You can pay less or more. Then you'll click Save on the toolbar, which we've already done. Then under the More menu, click on Capture or Authorize. In this case, we're going to capture, and this will initialize the processing of the credit card payment. The system processes the transaction within the gateway, and for the captured transaction, the cash sale will be released and closed, and for an authorized transaction, the cash sale status is set to pending processing. So in this case, it's closed because we captured it. And this is optional, but on the Card Processing tab, you can review the credit card payment. So it says it's the processing center, the transaction type, we've captured it, it was approved, and the transaction amount. The processing center transaction number appears, and the processing status is set to completed.